So today we will be making a comic strip on Scratch. So we can go in our browser, then in Scratch, then we can click create. Now we can delete the default sprite. We can choose a sprite. First we can take a backdrop. Let's choose a backdrop which is house. Now we can choose a sprite, wizard, and another sprite, elf. Now we have to make them talk. So in order to make them face each other, we can go in elf and we can go in costumes. Then we can flip it and select all of these and flip all of them. Let's see the visits. We have to switch all of the costumes to the first one while they're talking. So now we can scale it to 90. We can scale 100, this one, because this one has to be like here and this one has to be like here. So it's far and near. Now we can go in elf, then we can go in events. When green flag clicked, now we can go in motion, set X to 166, set Y to -29. We can do the same in wizard. Now we can go and test it out. Now we can make it say something. First we can make him say something. Like hello, I have a test for you. Now we can make her reply. We can make it wait 2 seconds. Then we can go in looks and say then we can make him say you have to go in the forest and fight the dragon. First we'll take a wait 2 seconds block. Then we have to say so now as he completes the sentence, let's see if we can change a costume. Now its default costume is that one, so we can, when green flag clicked, we can put it to wizard A. So now his hand is down. Now his hand will go up and we can change her we can put this one here. After he says, we can make him say, so now to make it react, first we have to put it in the default sprite. I can put it switch costume to alpha. Now we can take the control wait 4 seconds block and make it switch costume to elf C. No, it's elf B. Now she changes. Now we can add okay. She can say okay. We can make it switch costume to elf C. So now she didn't say, she said it immediately. So we can add a wait 0.80 seconds block. So now she will think and then she will speak. Now we can add another block or add another scene where the elf is passing through the forest. First she goes to her house, then she takes her food, and now she goes to the house, and then she goes to the forest to fight the dragon. So now we have to calculate the all seconds, but for that we go in sensing and turn on the timer variable. So now we can press green flag, and as soon as it ends, that much seconds we have to add a wait block. So it's 10 seconds or 11. We can keep 12, or now we can hide the timer. Now we can go in wizard. Now we can go in control and wait. We can go in events. When green flag clicked, and wait 11.5 seconds. And we can go in costumes. We can duplicate it. Then we can flip it horizontally. So we can switch the costume to wizard 8-2, and we get to make it glide here, and then we can hide it. So we'll go in motion, then we'll glide 1 second, and now we'll go in looks and we will select hide. For that to work, we have to use a show block in the starting. So now in 11.5 seconds, the wizard walks away. Yes. Now, in 13 seconds, we want the elf to go. So we'll go in the elf sprite. When green flag clicked, wait 12.5 seconds. Then we can go in costumes. We can take this one, duplicate it. We can flip it horizontally. Now we can switch costume to elf Ato and we can glide it till here, then we can hide it. Now we can go in looks and hide it. Now we can take a wait 3-second block. To make the hide work, we can go in looks and in the starting show. Now we can keep it 2. Then we can switch the backdrop. We can choose a new backdrop. Let's say forest. No, not forest. We can keep some other. We can choose some other from here, like a jungle. Now, for that to work, we have to go in the elf and switch backdrop to witch house in the starting. Now, when wait 2 seconds, switch backdrop to jungle. So now, when the wizard walks away, even the elf walks away. Now we want the elf to come from here. First we wanted the elf to go in her house and take some food. So we can simply search house. Don't have a house. We can use room 1. So instead of switching the backdrop to jungle in elf, we can choose room 1. Now we can choose show. So now the elf shows here, but she's here. So when showed, so we can use the block when showed. In motion, set X and set Y to. So now it will summon here. Now we can make it glide here. Or we can add another sprite and we can draw it. We can choose the color brown. Now we can draw a circle. Its outline is black, so to fix that, can select this. We can fill. We can decrease the size. A sack is never a perfect oval, so we can a little bit deform it, especially here. You have to give it a curve. Here at the bottom, at the top. Then in front, instead of it being front, you can choose backward. So now this is in front of this. So now we can make this also a little bit irregular. Now we can go in the sprite. We can again go in sensing, turn on the timer. So now so the time is 18 seconds. Then we can go in event control, 18 seconds, go in looks, we can take show, and we can take hide, and we want it here. We can set the size to 75. Want it here. And in motion, instead of putting the whole block, we can go to X and Y. So now it hides in the starting, but in 18 seconds it will show. We can make a narrator. 18 seconds is too much. It's 17.2. We can make a narrator like saying that you can the elf goes and takes her food and sets on her journey. So for that we can keep it 16 seconds. For that we choose add an extension, text to speech. Now it will speak. In 18 seconds it will speak in the voice alto. We want a narrator sound, so alto is a narrator sound.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
Yes. Now we can keep it 15.5 and place it like here. we can make the elf glide. We can make her glide first, then we can add the block. We want her to glide here, so we can bring the block now. And we can make her costume look like she's lifting her left hand, picking up her sack. So now we can duplicate this. Then we can go here, we can choose this. Now here we can rotate it. And here we can ungroup it. So now this arm is different. This arm is different. Instead, we can select this arm and its friend, bring it together so it's not leaving a mark. And to get its hand, we can click shift, so all of them come. But as you see, it's leaving its hand. So shift, 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 shift. We can zoom in a little bit to see better. We can delete this. We can place it. Rotate it. Now it looks like its hand. So we can check the costume. It's Alpha 3. Wait 18 seconds, then in looks, switch costume to Elf A3. Now in sack, wait 15 seconds, 15.5. We can rename it to sack or food. And in elf, we can make it pick it up. So for that, we can go in elf, and then go in costumes. This one will duplicate, and duplicate. So in elf A4 we go. We can select, zoom it in. We can select and we can, like a human hand picks it up the same way, make its hand picked up. Now we can select it again. Now we have to make it track the motion, the sack. First, we can delete this and delete this. we can simply copy the A4. So that will be very minor changes. We can make the hand look more realistic by rotating the hand. Now we can make a closed fist. Now go in code. Now from alpha3 to alpha4, from alpha4 to alpha5, and we can make the sag track the motion. We have to make a sprite named hand. We can draw that. First we can copy it, original hand. We just click Ctrl plus C. Now we draw, and now we Ctrl plus V. The hand has come. Or we can delete this, choose and draw another sprite. Here we can in elf we have to put the costume back to what she was in, and you have to bring the hand here. Or we can leave the tracking. That would be a little bit advanced. We can use another block. Now when we have to take a events block and a control block.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
So now it should be 20. Then we can go in sensing and turn on the timer.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
Why is it gliding from this side? So now it will glide from this side. Now let's check. Now when the timer stops when she reaches at the sack, then we can click the red button. Check the time.
The elf goes to her house.
That's too fast, so we can go in elf, glide 3 seconds. So now she will glide slowly.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
Why is the sack coming flipped? To fix that, we can go in motion, point in direction, (93). Should be 92. So now at least the sack shouldn't be flipped.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
The sack is flipped. Our mouse is here. So now we can stop it.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
It's 19. So we can go in elf. Here we can go wait 0.5, and we can duplicate that. Only this. And here you can hide the timer. Can go and we can keep it 21. Then in motion we can get the sack here. Then we can choose another backdrop in which she goes. That's the jungle. We have already chosen a jungle, so we can delete that.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
So now we can make the flip the elf. We can get the sack here. Elf, we can go and flip it. We can duplicate it, flip it, get it here. Go in code. Now in elf, we can switch the costume to A55 and first we can move this here. We can move this here. So we can take the glide 1 second block. Here also we can hide both of them. Then in events, we can, in control, we can wait 1 second. Then in looks, we can switch.
The elf goes to her house and gets some food.
We can switch the backdrop to jungle. She's going too fast. This is too less time, so it can be 4. It can be. Now we will continue the next part in the next video. Thank you.